Não precisa de açúcar. Hello?
Hey, Pedro.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Can you see me? Or not?
Hey Pedro, hi.
Hey, Pedro. You had some issue joining?
Let me see. Let me check. Right.
Yeah, perfect. No, I think Pedro,
Yeah.
I think you just joined from a different ID. That was the issue.
Okay.
No, I was entering with my own ID, but I don't know. Maybe my internet is kind of a bad here. I don't know.
Okay. Cool, but awesome. Thanks for joining. I think we'll go live and then we'll kind of kickstart things. Cool. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining so early, Pedro. I know it's quite early for you still in the morning there. But would love to introduce you to the new cohort we've kind of picked up for Doxy. Before I kind of go through introducing each one of them, guys, please welcome Pedro. Pedro is the maintainer for Doxy. He's been working very closely with the Aviyel community since the past couple of weeks. I'm sure all of you have had a chance to kind of go through Doxy's, the content around Doxy, checked out the project because all of you are looking to do create content around Doxy, right? So I think just to set context with this session, the idea behind this session is just so that you can kind of hear from Pedro himself why they started Doxy, what are the key features about around Doxy, and how they kind of are looking to add value to other open source projects, right? And other than that, it would be great if you guys have any contextual questions around the topics that you guys are working on specifically, right? So, Pedro, let me just. I think one of the creators said she'll join slightly late, but I think the remaining five are here. So in the room we have Mohammed. Mohammed Ishaq is another really good writer from Malaysia. He's working on the topic build with Doxy. So he's working on creating content around documenting React components using Doxy. Chandrika, who's probably going to join a bit later, is going to cover the topic how to use Doxy with MDX. We have Shreyas. Shreyas is going to be working on a content piece around Docusaurus versus open source. What are the best alternatives? We also have Hillary with us today. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Hillary will be working on a content piece around the do's and don'ts of front end documentation. Um, Along with Hillary, we have Sankalp and Manuel. Sankalp will be covering the topic 5 tools that have made React documentation a piece of cake. And Manuel is going to be working on the topic, the ultimate guide to documenting React components using Doxy. So I hope all of you guys had a chance to, kind of spend some time with your topic and you guys have some questions. This is your best chance because, you're talking to the maintainer of the project. So this is probably the best chance to clarify any thoughts you have. Having said that, over to you, Pedro. All yours. You can kind of take them through what the journey with Doxy has been, and set like an introduction before we kind of jump into more details. Thanks. Oops, I think we lost Pedro.
We lost Pedro. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me bring him. I think he's going to rejoin. He's probably having a little glitchy internet connection.
Hey, Matthew, do you want to go live?
Yeah, I think we can go live. Sure.
Yeah.
I think once Pedro joins back, we can go live.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, guys, please say hi to Jose. Jose is the founder at Aviyel. I don't know if all of you guys had a chance to meet Jose yet, but
I just came back on run. I'm so sorry.
yeah. Obviously, as you can see, Jose is working really hard along with all of us at Aviyel.
Yes.
So yeah, Jose, this is the new cohort of Doxy creators.
Great to meet you guys. Great to meet you. See, I think more than me, it's all about Pedro and the maintainers, right? Because I think we are here just to actually amplify their voice. So I
Project.
definitely. Hey man, you back? Or
Sorry.
No, we missed you for a couple of minutes.
All right. Can I continue?
Yeah, let me just go live, Pedro, 1 second, and then I think you can kind of kickstart the whole thing. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
No, I think somebody cancelled it.
Yeah, I think it was Ishak. Ishak, please don't cancel.
Awesome.
All right, cool. We're live. I think we have Renato also, who's the other maintainer of Docz with us. So
Yeah.
both the maintainers.
What's up,
are here.
bro?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Renato? How are you doing? I think Pedro's going in and out, unfortunately.
Pedro, it's here? It's not?
Yeah, he was here.
He was, but I think his internet is slightly glitchy, probably.
Yeah. I was talking with him in the WhatsApp.
Okay. Yeah, Renato, Pedro, I think, I'll just reset some context. Just, if you want to start giving an introduction to the creators about Doxy, you can kind of take them through the journey you've had with Doxy, and post that, we can go through the room one by one and kind of, see what questions or queries they have around the topics they're working on. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So it's what do you want to hear? Like, it's the base introduction, or you want to deep dive into the details of Doxy? It's like
it's completely up to you. I think, primarily most of these guys are going to be writing a lot about Doxy. So a lot of content around how you would like to, what kind of content you would like to see around Doxy. What's the story behind Doxy, so that they have a lot of history and context to the project. I think that would be a great start.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah, so I think from the day one, Doxy, I always was completely focused on solving one problem, just a single problem, components documentation. So I think having this in mind, the kind of content that I'm expecting, even because that's the kind of problem that I'm gonna try to, improve in the next upcoming days. So I think what I would like to hear from Doxy and their content was probably related to how people are struggling this problem. So I think getting started with Doxy is completely so much easier because all the architecture, all the aspects that I try to offer in Doxy. But why is this still like a problem? I think for everyone, which most people struggle with, it's how to write documentation. So it's not like it's how to use Docs properly to solve my problem. So that's the kind of thing that we as a team we're trying to deep dive in solving better. But so I think content in that same field, trying to expose like better ideas, better implementations, and better mind flows, or techniques and practices, best practice for documentation to make to solve this problem for good and in the best way. So I think I'm not sure how clear I was here, but I think mainly is try to expose better the solutions around write good documentations, and not properly just how to use Doxy, but how to use Doxy to solve your problem. It's more focused, I think, on the output, and with Doxy, something like that.
This makes sense. Thanks. I think Pedro's back.
Can you hear us, Pedro?
Hey, Pedro, can you hear us? Matthew, why don't we do a round of introduction then? By the time I think he can be back.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah, guys, I'm just updating the topics also here so we can kind of go in the same order. You guys just want to say hi to Renato and Pedro. I think Pedro is just having some trouble with his connection. So you can just go around the room. I think all of you all are part of the same community. You can kind of introduce yourselves. Mohammed, you want to start?
Yes, sir. Do you hear me? Do you guys hear me? Am I clear?
Yes, we can hear you. Thanks.
You guys hear me, right? Am I clear?
Yeah, man. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, that's cool. So first of all, hi guys. I guess Pedro's not here. We've got Renato. Is it the maintainer of this project, Docz?
Yes. Renato and Pedro are both the maintainers of the projects.
All right, that's cool. Okay, so I don't have much to talk. I'm a software engineering student. I'm a student in Malaysia. I'm in final year, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I've got a question.
Hey,
okay.
Mohammed, I think you need to talk about your 60K hits on Dev2. That's
okay,
probably a great place to start.
Right. Okay. So what I do is that, okay, of course I'm learning on my own, right? And I build projects like everyone, but also alongside with that, I write tech articles because that's, I don't know, that's pretty cool. And then it's going to help me in my employment in future. So that's what I do. And then I didn't expect this, but I don't know, some of my articles, they just went really well. Some of them have got like 60,000 views or something, 80,000, I don't know. They went well. To be honest, I'm not really like a good writer. I am a good writer, but I don't like, this is not my passion or something. I hate writing like long articles. So I write short articles, okay? And then I don't know, somehow it worked magically. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm from Malaysia, but I have Indian roots. I'm an Indian guy, but Malaysia is I'm a Malaysian citizen. I have Indian roots, South Indian roots, and yeah, that's it. So I guess I'll pass the mic to someone else.
Thanks, Mohammed. Mohammed, you're going to be working on the topic build with Docz.
Oh yeah, right,
so
correct.
Anytime you have any questions, maybe you can start shooting it out.
Yes, I do have questions, but do I ask now or like do I
Yeah,
wait
go
for
for it. I think Renato, you can take that for now, right?
Okay, Renato. Okay, I guess you're from Portugal because of the name, but I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, I'm from Brazil, and
you're from Brazil,
yeah. My name is Cameron. So Bank is Renato. It's kind of over there. Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, so here's my question, right? I'm assigned a topic, and here's the topic: how to develop React components in Docz. And as far as I know, use Docz to create documentation, right? But what does that mean? This topic, what does it mean? How to develop React components? Is it like how to document certain components, or I mean, what is that topic trying to say? How do I develop React components in Docz? I mean, as far as I know, Docz, you document your React app using Docz, but what is that? I mean, what is the requirement of this topic?
Maybe I think I see the purpose of your question, but let me just state a little bit. So what you want to know is more like how to use Docz as.
So I'll just paste it in the comments. Okay, what was sent to me, I'll just paste it in comments, and probably you'll, I don't know, get it. Okay, check the chat box. So that's what assigned to me.
Yeah.
So that's my next article. That's what I'm gonna write. So, what do you guys expect me to write, or like, what kind of part of Docz?
Your topic is what is the title of your topic?
The title of the topic we've kind of given Mohammed, right? We want to kind of explore how we can document React components using Docz. So do you want to
Okay,
do you want
now
to
I
shed
get
some
it.
light on this? Yeah.
Because I thought all while that Docz, you can also use it to create components, but now I get it that you just wanna like. I guess the article is a little bit misleading. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but
So like with most of the topics we assign, right? I think we give the creators full freedom to kind of, it's a direction more than a fixed
oh,
title,
okay,
right?
all right. So
So
I can like
yeah,
pivot a
sure.
little bit, right? I can change a
Yeah,
little bit the
so
topic. Oh,
it's
that's so cool.
mostly we want to kind of explore this theme, is there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So here's my question. I've got only one question, pretty much. So the question is
Go for
that
it.
in Docz, which part of it, or like what kind of things do you want me to expose more? What kind of things do you think need more exposure so that I can write an article on it? Because what I've seen is that everyone has been writing articles on how to get started, but of course you can do much more. Like you can write more specific stuff. But which part do you think need more exposure in Docz?
I think maybe one thing that would be great is actually not probably, completely about Doxy, but I think, practices are around how to structure your components and use Dox in your favor, for that.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
one of the things that you're sharing and why that, and for that reason, I was asking you about the topics because I think we can one of the benefits from Doxies is that you can use that for develop your components. Because also you're running the Doxies dev in your CLI, in watch mode, you can actually share the same component export for your application, and test over there, and also test your documentation like on the fly, in both applications. So it's kind of, you can use like I use it a couple times Doxy for that reason, and also use other documentation toolings for the same reason, especially working on abstracting components
Yeah.
in a higher level. So I think Doxy can be used for this favor of helping you to in development, to kind of making it a better experience for creating new components and better abstractions. Because when you're writing documentation, you need to think how people are gonna consume that API they're building for. So that's a great thing to explore. I think like the design aspects, how to structure the documentation, because if you're a good writer, you probably have I don't know, some things that you probably care about every time that you're writing something to other people's new, and I think text is almost like, especially technical text, is almost like a code. So especially the documentation. So you need to care about what you're writing, what you're gonna make other people think when they're writing your test, when they're consuming what you just what you just want to share. So I think design aspects around that would be great in terms of I think around this topic, right, which is like how to write good documentation. So I think that's a kind of thing that we come on we kind of don't have, like, we don't have partners for that, we don't have practice for that. We never didn't write something like that, but it's kind of useful because a lot of people has eventually has asking for that, like and not necessarily how to structure my documentation, but what would be like the best practices around that. I think posts around that topic maybe could be great, for making other people you
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I get
Awesome.
it. I thought like it's gonna be very. I mean, you guys are gonna be like, I don't know, like very strict, and then everything has to be like be certain way, but now that it's I get it, it's a little bit flexible, so that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just because I think this is a new cohort, right? So definitely want to add some more context here.
Yeah.
We've brought in you guys on board because you guys are great content creators and you guys do a good job at writing technical content, right? And
Thank you.
we have definitely come up with these topics because we've identified that these are gaps in the current content available around Doxy, right? So these are mostly themes. The title and even there is definitely room for kind of flexibility around the theme. I hope that answers your question, Mohammed. Thanks so much.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. So that's all
Cool.
from me.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Mohammed. Do I think Sankalp? Do you want to kind of go through your topic, introduce yourself as well, and shoot any questions you have?
Well, hello everybody. This is Sankal Pamit Kumar Swami from India. Am I audible?
Yes, thanks, Sankalp.
Okay. Basically, I'm a student. I'm 18 years old and a Node.js developer actually, and recently started even writing. So my topic is I'm gonna write about 5 ways to document React components. So actually, this is my topic. So of course, one of the way will be using Doxy. So my question was, how Doxy, like one feature that Doxy has, it makes it away from the crowd, like a go-to tool for documenting your React component.
Great question. I think the feature, the special feature that it's completely out of the market, it's like the building components that are exposed. For example, we have this component called playground, where you can like it's how you can structure your components for documentation. But that's the feature, that's the component exposed, but it just happens because of MDX. Which other tools already, I think if I'm not wrong, they might have options to writing MDX, but MDX kind of one of the main things around Doxy. So JSX with Markdown, powerful toolings working together, and all those components exposed for making MDX work better.
Yeah.
So I think MDX, the power of MDX and the API, and that's a good thing, by the way, because to mention, because we're planning to create more components in the Doxy for MDX, like components for integration, for example, components to make things automatically work better and work differently. So I think maybe share this kind of content, that hey, you have the power of Doxy, what Doxy has exposing for you, and MDX, it's kind of flexible for you to make everything that you want for writing a new blog, for writing a new documentation. So let's use it, and try to use it as much as they can. The Docs API, expose it as component, So yeah. So I think Playground probably is like the main feature around MDX. Yeah.
So like Markdown and JSX, this is the main thing you're talking about, right?
Yeah, because I was thinking here, I think all the other things are, playing across the borders in Doxy, but the CLI, like the zero documentation stuff, like the kind of thing that makes Doxy special, they're playing on the border, across the border. So the hard things, once you have everything set up, everything created the way that you want, like using TypeScript with this theme, with this logo, with whatever. So comes to effectively use it for you, will always be the components that are exposing for making your life better, easier, to write your components documentation. So that's why I'm thinking about the API. And playground is kind of our special thing now. So yeah, table props, as well, like. Yeah, but it's playground development. It's the way that you can manage multiple states of your the same component that you're writing documentation for, and you can expose all the props and also make the multiple states how they work together. And I think it's amazing. That's the thing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Renato. Thanks for taking that question. Hope that kind of helps, Sankalp. Hillary, do you want to kind of go next, introduce yourself, and go through your topic?
Okay, so hello guys, I'm Hillary, a student in the final year taking computer science. So it's been, let's say, this month will mark 1 year since I began writing technical articles, and the main reason I began writing technical articles is mostly because I find it easier for me to understand a topic when I share it with other people. So on the topic that I've been given, the do's and don'ts of front-end documentation, software documentation, best practices. So my question was, the practices that I will be writing, will they be based on Docz only, or the front end as a general topic, or it will be based under Docz only?
Excuse me, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat, please?
Is the topic that I've been given is the do's and don'ts of front-end documentation. So I was wondering, will the topic basically be covering Docz under Docz as a platform or as a project, or it will be a general front-end thing? Am I supposed to go outside the box and cover?
Got it. Renato, if it's okay, I'll take that question. So, Hillary, I think basically what we're trying to explore there is the best practices with front-end documentation on a whole, right? So, in general, what are the best practices there? And if we can obviously feature Doxy within the article, that's kind of how we are seeing it. But it doesn't have to be only about Doxy for sure. But it's mostly a document on best practices. Does that help? Oops, I think we lost Hillary. Okay, no, he's back. Hey, can you hear me? Hillary, did you get that answer?
No, maybe you can come up again.
I think I understand your question, but what I'm trying to say was that is it's a generic topic. So it is for front-end documentation on a whole and not just limited to Doxy. So it would be great if you can obviously cover Doxy within the scope of the article, but it's a more broader article on the best practices of front-end development, front-end documentation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I've understood you.
Okay, got it. Is there any other questions you kind of have for Renato?
Okay, so for now I don't have any other. That was the only question that I had regarding the topic.
Perfect, no worries. So obviously, guys, after this session, we'll obviously link all of you all up. You guys can continue pinging Renato or Pedro on Discord, the Aviyel's Discord channel. So if you guys do have further follow-up questions, you can definitely kind of sync up there. And that should probably give you more context. Hey, Manuel, do you want to kind of introduce yourself and go next?
Yeah, sure. How's it going, everyone? My name is Manuel Ferreira. I'm in Norway right now, but I'm originally from Mozambique. And I speak Portuguese and English, and I'm trying to learn Norwegian. Yeah, I'm a software engineer, and I've been at this game now for about 14 years, and I've always been writing. I always wrote to learn, just like I think Hillary was saying. That's how I cement the topics. So my topic is Ultimate Guide to Documenting React Components Using Doxy. So my thinking, my idea was, I have a couple of React toy side projects that are just purely educational based. And I was thinking of actually adding Doxy to one of these projects, going through the whole process and documenting that, and showing all the highlights of that process. And I just wanted, I don't really have a question, more I have like what do you think of that idea? More, it's not really a question. Yeah.
So your idea is like walking through the whole experience of writing any documentation and describing all the steps, all your all the aspects that comes to you, and that's the kind of thing.
Well, okay. My topic is Ultimate Guide to Documenting React Components Using Doxy. And I was just saying that I have a couple of React projects that need documentation. So for me, in order to do some writing, I need to use the product. And I was thinking of adding Doxy to one of my projects and then talking about that process and how well it went and going through the various features.
I think it's a great idea. I think it would be even more great as if you can share, your personal opinions. Even though I don't know you and I don't know your personal opinions, how opinionated guy you are, but I think our personal opinions can engage other people, and especially talking about, the some, impressions of a technology that is emerging, or it's great or it's not. So I wouldn't care at all. Like if you look something that is not so great, and if you think that could be better, so I would like you, to share that in your post, because in that way we could also heard the other people opinions in the community and paying attention for that problem, So I think it was a great idea, for kind of getting feedback, in process of development. And we have receiving a lot in the issues. So yeah, it could be great. That's awesome, especially because you're gonna be running Doxy for projects already running, older projects. So that would be interesting because of the dependence thing and dependence problems that we're having currently in Doxy. So maybe you can also share some feedback for us as well. So
cool.
Yeah, great idea.
That's great. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. It's very cool what I've seen so far. So yeah, nice one.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, Manuel. Shreyas, do you have any questions around the benchmarking article that you're going to be working on?
Okay, so for now, I don't think I have any doubts.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, I think Pedro wasn't able to join. He has it's raining really heavily where he's at in Brazil right now, so he has very low internet. But hopefully, you guys can definitely ping Renato and Pedro on the Discord channel if you guys have any follow-up questions. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really looking forward to working with you guys on creating a lot of content for Doxy. Renato, thanks so much for taking time. Do you have any closing thoughts that you want to share with the cohort?
No, I think good luck on that, and
Yeah.
we're very excited with what is gonna come next. So thank you for sharing about Doxy, for writing about Doxy. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I think when we even when we started Aviyel, one of the core focuses for us was to give open source projects a fighting chance against all the SaaS competition that they have, right? And a lot of the content that you guys are develop is going towards that effort. So really glad that you guys are part of this community and helping us build a community for Doxy using content. So definitely feel free to kind of join us on Discord and ping us if you guys have any questions around the topics you guys are working. And like I said, these are just themes that we want to explore. So feel free to kind of frame the title in the best way that you think would make sense. So yeah, that's about it from me. Jose, I think if you want to add something, feel
No,
free.
I think you pretty much captured it. I mean, whatever you guys are doing, you feel like you guys are helping a fellow engineer, right? When he or she actually thinks of the project, right? So that's all we care about, And Renato and Pedro, not joining, but thanks for the time, man. We'll definitely think of the next week.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks so much for joining on Friday, guys. Bye. Take care. We'll be in touch with all
Bye
of you.
bye. Have a good weekend.
Hey, guys, I've got one question. Just one question.
Oh yeah, sure. Please.
All right. Okay. So now that I know like what kind of what kind of article I'm supposed to write, the title. So what do I do? I'm gonna write the article, but what do I do next? Do I just like publish it on Aviyel or
So typically what happens is all the creators, you guys please do send in a draft to Avya and Saharsh on our team, right? I think it's the same mail thread, right? You can just respond to the same mail thread with a draft. And what we do is we kind of run it through a couple of checks. We share it with the Doxy community and the maintainers before we take it live. And if there are some feedback, we can kind of work on it together before it goes live. Right?
Yes.
So that's kind of the idea there.
All right. So I'm just gonna get started like tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right. Yeah.
Just
Thanks, guys.
just a sec. Even I have a doubt. So I have submitted my draft to Avya. So what next?
Yeah. We'll get back to you guys. So we'll kind of run it through our internal. We have like 2 review processes internally, and once if we have any feedback, we'll get back to you. If there is no feedback, we'll share the date of publishing with you guys, and we'll take it live.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
So, okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, how soon should we submit the topics that you have been given? How soon should we submit the draft?
Typically, I think we kind of expect drafts to come in anywhere between 4 to 5 days after the topic has been assigned. But I think this is also something that we are completely flexible and cognizant about based on your own timelines. But as soon as possible would be great. Yeah. So that's all. That's all kind of the timeline we're looking at. Yeah. All right. Cool. I hope that helps. Perfect. Thanks so much, guys. Looking forward to the articles. Please feel free to ping me on Discord if you guys have any questions. Renato, thanks again for joining. I know it's really early morning there, so hope you have a good day. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for that. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
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 How'd you end it?